Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWAH, Ba'Hashem, YAHWASHI, Ba'Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the Spirit, and shalom to the mighty Akim and Akwat out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from the spinal captivity. And today's topic, I'm going to be talking about the Pentagon creates new UFO task force. Okay, so I was on this brother's channel. You can go check him out. He shows a lot of I believe he shows a lot of news, as well as he does his own camp live streams. So yeah, I was watching his thing. Slakia. I was on my other channel. I was watching his thing, and I found this out. Okay, so this is relatively some new information. All right, this old news description is insane. Okay, so it's not old, like I said, it's a week. It was about a week ago. But yeah, let's go into this video.
This, and I think a lot of space watchers are curious about the priority this is making, the history this is making in Washington.
Well, Adrienne, UFO advocates, they actually want more, and really, can you blame them? They say the truth is out there and that the Pentagon can do a whole lot more to inform the public. In June, the military admitted Navy pilots aren't alone in the skies. The Pentagon releasing 143 cockpit videos of unexplained aerial phenomena, or UAPs.
Whoa, splashed.
Now the Department of Defense is going a step further, forming a new group to figure out what's zooming around our airspace. But to investigative filmmaker Jeremy Corbell,
today doesn't represent a huge win for UFO transparency.
It's another case of the government hiding the truth.
It appears to me that the kind of overt, we're going to put this out by the DOD, it's almost as if this announcement is a weaponized attempt to kind of undercut what we're seeing with the support from Congress and the UFO legislation.
Corbell is talking.
So basically, what the guy said was they're hiding it in plain sight. It is an attempt to undermine the millions of what's the word, UFO sightings that not only people have seen, but the U.S. military, whatever aircrafts have seen as well. That is their attempt at marginalizing UFO crafts in general. But at the same time, it does basically confirm that UFOs are real, and they are something that is not human, to the best of our ability, because we know that it is the angels and the chariots of the Most High.
Talking about an amendment to next year's defense budget. If approved, the government would be required to submit yearly reports on UFO activity that would be open to the public.
That is a really robust series of amendments that would really create a difference and an accountability and a transparency to this perceived threat.
The people skeptical of the government have their skeptics. Here's
another thing is, yes, it'll be open to the public, but at the same time, not a lot of people are going to be checking for that information. Yes, they're going to have a few people as the skeptics, and the people that are actually interested in it, but a majority of people are just not going to care. And we can see that if you go to the original video over here, it just has 14,000 views. So it's just a small minority of people that actually care enough to look. Okay, and we, Israel, should care enough to look at this, okay, to do research and whatnot. Slakia. Because this is all prophesied in the scriptures. Okay, we see this to boost our faith and to know that Yahawashi is on his way to deliver us. Okay, Yahweh is sending Yahawashi to deliver us very soon. All right, but this only has this has been out for a week since the 25th of November. It's the 1st of December at the time I'm recording this. And, this hasn't gone viral. No one cares, all right? There's only a few people that actually, take this stuff seriously.
Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson earlier this year on News Nation's Banfield.
I'm not claiming that I can explain everything. I'm just simply asserting that if you want me and many of my scientific colleagues to believe that we are being visited by intelligent aliens from another galaxy or another planet, we need better evidence than what is put forth.
But Jeremy...
Okay, so I don't think he talks again in the rest of the video, but basically realistically he's basically saying that I don't think that what they're showing is real. I think people should doubt it. Okay, that's basically what he's saying. And being Jake that has some sort of influence, okay, he's going to be told what to say or told how to make people or our people, Israel, think, okay? So basically, his true goal is to make people not care about the UFOs, okay? That's why it's like, that's why he went about it in a sense of not so much as question, but he doesn't really care about the UFOs in general, okay? That's how, if you listen to it again, listen to a few of the words they were saying again.
Field.
I'm not claiming that I can explain everything.
All right, so no, initially he's saying he can't explain the UFO sightings, okay? He doesn't have a rational explanation to it, okay?
I'm just simply asserting that if you want me and many of my scientific colleagues to believe that we are being...
So now he's saying that, okay, you really have to do a better job at selling this concept to not only me, but which it's not really him, but it's the people that follow him. If you want to sell it, you have to make it more believable, show more. That's basically what he's saying, because he's trying to portray it with his words, which he did. That's why he's saying believe, which is basically a way of saying, if you really want to make us believe this lie, which is kind of what he's trying to get at, you need to show more. That's basically what he's saying. So he basically is trying to make people believe that it's not really, out of earth or whatever, or outer worldly or something like that. I don't know what how the proper term is.
What is put forth.
But Jeremy Corbell says this isn't about ETs, it's about UAPs. The government says several of the objects moved with a propulsion unseen in any known technology.
So they're saying that the UFOs, okay, they're moving unlike anything that they've seen before, anything that they could ever make. So it can't be something that they know of, or it can't be any technology that they know of. So yeah.
It's an old guard dinosaur thing to think you can keep this covered up from the American public. It is now admitted UFOs are real, and it is admitted that they represent a technology that we don't fully have a grasp on.
Okay, and also, there have been, like many years ago, not that many years ago, like I guess within 20 years ago, people have reported UFO sightings, okay? And the people have just like said, oh, they're wasting 911. They're just sprouting tall tales or whatever. They're crazy, they're delusional, all that stuff. But now they're doubling back on it, just like they doubled back on being able to on mandating the jab. You know, I say that spitefully, but and saying that UFOs are real now, and we will show all the information of it. But this is hidden in plain sight because it is available for us to see. But, keyword but, not a lot of people are going to even bother to look. Okay?
No matter what UFOs represent, it's just exciting. It means the world is bigger than we ever imagined.
And a new Pentagon.
And basically, the world, as in what's out there, is greater than anything that we could, imagine, I guess, It is bigger. Or better yet, it's I guess bigger is the best way to put it. But, truthfully, YAHAWASHI is leading all that through the will of the Most High Yahweh, and he's going to be coming down to, say what's up and destroy Babylon. All right? But yeah, this is the original thing, and you have these people speaking on it. All right? So, obviously you have some people like this guy, Luke Hard. I used to like Neil Tyson, but he's just so close-minded for a scientist. But that's because he has to be. He has to be because he does. Esau doesn't want people to take a look out, be on the lookout for these UFOs. Okay, and when the UFOs actually, when the chariots, which they actually are chariots, when the chariots come, they're gonna be afraid of it. Okay, they're gonna know fear, true fear. All right, we're gonna go into that. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierce him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Amen. So, when YAHAWASHI is coming down with the chariots, which is the clouds, every eye is going to see him. Everyone on the earth is going to see him. Everyone's going to see the astonishment, the amazement of YAHAWASHI descending. All right? Revelation chapter 5, verse 11. And I beheld and heard the voice of many angels round about the throne and the beasts of the elders. And the number of the angels was 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of thousands. So there's thousands of thousands, and it's 10,000 times 10,000. All right, that's how many angels there were. Okay, that's the entourage of YAHAWASHI, a bunch of angels, 10,000 times 10,000 and thousands of angels. All right, that's crazy. Now, more of a visualization of these angels. 2 Maccabees chapter 5, starting from verse 2. And then it happened that through all the city for the space almost 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air in cloth of gold and armed with lances, and like a band of soldiers. Okay, so the soldiers were horsemen. They were horsemen running in the air, clothed in gold, armed with lances, like bands of soldiers. Verse 3, and troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, with shaking of shields and multitude of pikes, and drawing of swords, and casting of darts, and glittering of golden ornaments, and harness of all sorts. Wherefore every man prayed that apparition might turn to good. But it's not. So, this is something bad, meaning that when the angels come, it's not gonna be sweet. It's not gonna be soft. It's not gonna be nice. It's going to be bad for them, bad for the Babylonians. All right, they're not gonna come for no tea party. They're not gonna come for no hugs and kisses. They're gonna come to slaughter. All right. Continue on. Revelation chapter 11, verse 15. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdom of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Hamashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever. Okay, the kingdom that's coming after this wicked kingdom is the kingdom ruled by YAHAWASHI. All right, and it shall reign forever and ever. Okay, that means there's not going to be an end. All right, and a precept to that, Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. And I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Okay, so during the Ancient of Days, Yahawashi is going to come with the clouds of heavens. Okay, again, it's a precept at further proving that Yahawashi is going to come with the chariots or the clouds which are the chariots. Okay, chariots of the Most High, as well as showing, bringing the angels. Okay. Verse 14, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. So everyone in the world, okay, is going to serve under Yahawashi Hamashiach. Okay, his dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away. Again, he will reign forever and ever. He's not going to end. There's not going to be an end. Okay, and a kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So Yahawashi's kingdom is not going to be destroyed, but we know that Edom's kingdom is coming to an end very soon, as we know through the prophecies. Okay, now 2nd Esdras chapter 13, verse 2, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. The thousands mean the angels, the thousands of thousands, 10,000 times 10,000 of angels. All right, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So he looked down. He basically looked down, metaphorically and literally, to Babylon. All right, and whensoever that the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. Okay, they're all trembling. They're all in fear at not only the sight, but the mere sound of Yahawashi's voice. All right. Isaiah chapter 19, verse from the top, the burden of Yahawashi, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. Okay, Egypt is spiritual, meaning Babylon right now. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Okay, let me get that. Spiritually, Egypt Revelation chapter 11, verse 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. All right, now verse back to verse 1 in Isaiah chapter 19, where it says, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, meaning Yahweh rideth on a swift crowd, as I was going through all these other precepts, and he's going to come into Egypt or Babylon, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. They're going to be, again, fearful, and the idols are also going to be destroyed, by the way. In verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Okay, they're gonna be fighting amongst themselves, as they're already fighting amongst themselves, but not a literal physical fight, but they're already a kingdom that is divided against itself. All right. And verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Okay? So, again, it's just not going to be a good time for them. Their time, Esau's time is running out. All right? And with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the Spirit. And with that, I want to say Shalom.